black again. I tell them. So let's deal with it once and for all. You see, Pharaoh, all the pharaohs, they have nothing to do with God. You pay close attention. Even if you study Kemetology, Egyptology, if you study the glyphs, they find one glyph with Israel on it. And according to that glyph, it says that Israel God was different than the gods of Pharaohs. That was obvious even on the glyphs. And in every account, according to the scriptures, the Septuagint, the Dead Sea Scroll, and the ancient Book of the Dead, the book of what they call the Book of Life. If you check the accounts, yeah, these Israelites, yeah, this nation, yeah, they have different gods, yeah, than the gods of the Pharaoh. If you want to know the gods of the Pharaoh, just study Kemetology. Oman Ra, you got, who else? I haven't done this in a while. I haven't read up on them stuff in a while. You got Pita, you got Nut, you got Geb. You know, of course, you got Osiris, Isis, Horus. They all gods. They're not literal people. You see, so yeah, there are many gods in Kemet, but they're not the same gods as the gods of Israel. Israel always had their own God, which is the God of Ethiopia, because Israel come out of Ethiopia. Even if you read the story of how Israel get into Egypt, yeah, it's through a journey, through a famine. Yeah, they wasn't from Egypt. You see, they come into Egypt doing a famine, you see, so yeah. And when we look at them, the Abraham children. And when we trace Abraham children go back to Noah, then they go back to Methuselah. Yeah, then they go back to the Genesis story. Genesis chapter 2. The Garden of Eden. The river passed through the whole land of Ethiopia. Yes, right, family. Yeah, so when we seal it up, yeah, we know say, you know, the book of Genesis show us. You see, that's where life began. You know, even in the ancient text, in the Kemetic text, it says humanity comes from the mountain of the moon, where the god Happy dwells, you know what I mean, which is ancient, you know, around Uganda. You know, the areas, the Congo, you know what I mean, the whole ancient land, the ancient highlands, you see, including Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the city of the king. It's on the north. It's on the northern side of the Garden of Eden, you see. Yeah, it's the city of the king, but the Garden of Eden is really, you know, Malawi, Congo, all that crescent right in the middle of there. Even if you look at the Meds of Africa, you'll see where the mouth, the nostrils, the eyes, you see. The eyes is Ethiopia, you know, it's the crown head. When you look in east, you know, at the map, you know, and then you see Malawi in them place, you know, down there, Zimbabwe, you know, they surrounding the mouth, you know, yeah, so, yeah, these just, yeah, enough ancient, you know, texts come to these times, you know, say, yeah, we ancient Ethiopians, we ancient Israelites, we passed through Egypt, but we before Kemet in Egypt. And how do you know? If anybody in the world keeping the Sabbath, it's the children of Israel. Why? Because it's a holy covenant from creation. A covenant is like when you promise somebody, you never ever gonna disappoint them. Yeah, you gonna hold this covenant. And that's a covenant, you know, King Alpha and Queen Omega make. You understand? With Adam and Eve, even from their first creation, they show them keep the Sabbath. It's to show, yeah, you respect I and I. Yeah, you respect the creation and everything what is, and rest and praise Rastafari, and praise Empress Men, and praise King Alpha and Queen Omega, first King and Queen. So Adam and Eve had to know these things, the whole of Sabbath. And this was a pass that down to the children, pass it down to the children, they pass it down. That's why Noah was keeping the Sabbath. Methuselah was keeping the Sabbath. Lot was keeping the Sabbath. Abraham was keeping the Sabbath. Samson was keeping the Sabbath. David was keeping the Sabbath. Yeah, all of God's children is keep the fireball Sabbath. So who these pharaohs is? Pharaohs don't keep Sabbath. Christians don't keep Sabbath. Buddhists don't keep Sabbath. Hindus don't keep Sabbath. Mayans don't keep Sabbath. Olmecs don't keep Sabbath. Aztecs don't keep Sabbath. Israelites, I and I, keep the Sabbath. Even the Seventh-day Adventists don't keep Sabbath properly. No, they don't, because they praise in a white image. They praise in a false image of God. The true image of God is God in flesh on the Sabbath. Praising God in flesh on the Sabbath through the tabernacle order, through the 7 priests on the golden altar of Melchizedek. That's God in flesh on the Sabbath, holding the Sabbath, carrying out a sabbatical service. Yeah, but through the 7-day Adventists, yeah, they God somewhere in the sky. He's not really a God in flesh. Yeah, like they say, waiting for him to come out the sky. I just saying, I ain't knocking them. I just saying what they believe. I study these things. But real talk, these are the people holding the Sabbath. So, yeah, when it comes to this House of Israelite, this Ethiopian African Black International Congress, like me as, a brother, so all the item, yeah, I really don't want to hear but nothing else other than what Emmanuel teach, Yeah, the Bible and him book way black supremacy. See, all them other things I didn't study about. I mean, and I ain't boasting, I just trying to say, as man keep bringing things, it can make it look like I knocking it down, like I fighting people. It's just like these things, it don't comply with Jah. It don't comply with Emmanuel order. These things what people bring in, it don't calculate. It don't fit Emmanuel order. Emmanuel order is a serious order. It's a sacred order from creation. This is the same Melchizedek from creation. I'm trying to say. It's like the man way strict, it clean and it pure. It don't need to add on, you don't need to take away. You just need the whole order. That's all. Don't add to it, don't take away from it. Just hold the order. And you can save your life. King 7. There I got Jah Rastafari join Mount Zion with King Rastafari. Black man God Jah Rastafari Sailor. Lucia Jah Rastafari God in 3 persons. Blessed Trinity. Prophet, priest, and king. Our God is not dead, but he is still alive. King Emmanuel at 7. Adunia, God, Jah Rastafari. Black again.